Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 40 here in the Systematic Factory. Our diamond production has been slowly producing diamonds, and we got up to 3,500 kilograms, which is enough for us to build our final part of our monument. Of course, now I need steel, and all my steel is over on the other colony. Let's see what we have over there. We have 3.3 tons. Not enough. So we need to get some more steel going. I do need to set it so that it stops shipping the steel over there. That's done. So now we can just let things work. The limitation on steel is still our lime. And so, to fix that problem, I have cleaned out this area so that we can excavate this fossil, or this ancient specimen, or whatever it's called. I just took a pump and vacuumed out all the gas in here that had zombie spores in it. Then I dug up the zombie spores, or the sporkid that was giving them out. That way we could safely get in here. So when we excavate this, I think we do get some fossils from it immediately. We'll get some from this. But this is the third out of 4 that we use to get the, I don't even know what it's called. Ancient specimen, maybe? Yeah, ancient specimen undone. So that gave us some fossil there, which we can use to make some more steel. Gave us some more data on our ancient specimen. And it allowed us to do the very last one, which is the one that's over here in our power spine. Oof, I can find it. Down here. So then for this one, we can excavate the final one. And once this is done, we'll be able to get some fossils out of here as a renewable source, which means we can get more steel going. That does cost us diamonds, which is something that we don't have a lot of. And so in that vein, I have been working to do a few things over here. I set up a little industrial block, pretty similar to the one we have on the other side. Hydrogen gas in here, hydrogen gas up in the steam turbine room. Right now I have 2 aqua tuners that are running to cool down the steam turbines, and it's also running a loop down here to try to cool down this section, because in here I'm dropping off 200-degree liquid nuclear waste. But if we look at our radiation overlay, we now have 17,000 rads per cycle in that section, which means that we can crack into here, we can get some rad bolts coming out, and we can start some really serious diamond production. Let's go check this out. So the ancient specimen, when you finish getting all of them dug up, you unearth this voxel quarry. And so what you can do here is, for the cost of 1,000 grams of diamond, you get 100 kilograms of fossil. Just do one of these. Problem is, as I said, right now, diamond is a really, really rare resource. I only have 3,500 kilograms, but it only takes 1 kilogram to get 100 kilograms of fossil. And the fossil, the lime, is 100 kilograms for 5 kilograms of limestone, or lime. And our steel uses 10 of that. So for every 2 kilograms of diamond, we can do 1 batch of steel. Isn't great, but it's not too bad either, especially since it's renewable. And we're going to work on making diamonds not rare anymore. So we're going to do, actually, let's just do this, let's do 50. Get us a little bit going so that we can have some steel production. back on Hazard Auto, the way that this is working is we have all of our radiation storing right here. I set up all of our stuff in here so we have power right inside of here, which means in order to start doing some really severe diamond... Oh, it's under refinement. I always go to the wrong thing. Some really severe diamond stuff, we can put this here. I did have this set up so that I can... Actually, I think I want that one closer even. Nah, let's leave it where it is, because I want to be able to get in and out to do things. So we'll put it like that. I don't really want duplicates coming in here once we're done, but I do want to have the ability to get in here to do things. So that's two. I can do this and this one, and then we're going to get rid of this. I'm going to remove this as well. We'll switch this up so that we can change that just a little bit. This we're going to do refined carbon to diamond. I have to decide if we're going to ship refined carbon over to this planetoid, or if we're going to ship coal and set up refined carbon processing. I want to switch this so that it is like this. That way we can shoot directly in here. I think that that'll work. Originally, my thought was to put a rad bolt joint plate here so that we could seal this room off, but this is made of plastic, which melts at 162 degrees, and this room is still pretty hot. I guess we could do it because we're keeping it down here with our cooling loop, but even with 2 aqua tuners cooling down supercoolant, we're still only down to 184 degrees. We started at 200, so I think it'll eventually get some management in here, but we're constantly dropping off more 200 degree liquid nuclear waste in here, so this is just going to heat up more and more and more. But we'll mess around with that in a little while and see how we decide to do it. So let's do that. Another thing we need to put in here, and I'm just going to put one in down here at the bottom just for now. Actually, no, let's put it up here. So that we can get some power going. And we'll run a power line from here just straight up into it. And then we need to connect this to here because we need power for these rad bolt generators. So the rad bolt generators are set to shoot diagonally out of the corners into these reflectors. These both shoot down. It should hit to that. I'm not sure if this is going to be an issue where it's shooting. If it is, we'll move it and rotate it so that it isn't a problem. If this can, I don't know if this can shoot through that. Haven't tested it yet, so I want to test it to find out. Because ideally, I want both of these to shoot right here and then this one to shoot out, making it compact. But if not, I can rotate this so that the reflector meets in the middle and it's here and it shoots out as well. Let me just check the automation. This is set to turn these off. That's fine. This automation will be good for that. We're going to be sending a green signal when the rad bolt storage is full, and we want that to be the opposite. So I need to get a NOT gate, and then I need to connect a line here. That should be good. They can reach that so they can finish this. We are going to have to, for now, let's just switch back over here. And let's go to our system here and send some refined carbon, because I have a lot of it available to us. I think we do anyway. Maybe either easier to just go look over here. Refined carbon, we have 20 tons, plus we have 20 tons, so 40 tons there. And then that could start shipping some over here. Okay, so this is now running. These are generating rad bolts very quickly because of that high level of radiation that is converging on top of them. And this is just going to keep getting higher and higher. I have these set to shoot out when they hit 500. Let's actually lower that to 100 for now. Just so that I can test it. So that shot out 297. So this is now at 64. So when these go out, it looks like those did work just fine. This is going to turn off the system when it hits 1,000 rad volts in here. They're bringing me refined carbon, which means we should have everything we need once we get to 1,000 rad volts for this system to start producing diamonds for us. Well, it's simpler than I expected. I guess the other thing I want to do is put a storage thing here for the refined carbon. Actually, I could put one there for the refined carbon. Then let's put in a smart storage. And then we'll put in a couple more storage bins. This will be diamonds, and then we'll make this one a higher priority. And the last thing I want is auto sweeper. I can reach all of that. But there should be good. And I want to put in, just to be safe, I want to put a metal tile right there made of lead. So that if the rad bolts don't get absorbed here and they go past, they'll hit that instead of shooting out across. We want to set this to refined carbon. Set this to diamond. And then we will run an automation cable from this to there, and I think we want to not gate them. So this is a lot faster than the rad bolt collection from the other side. It's still not super fast yet, but we now already have 1,000, and we can make our first batch of diamonds that quickly. On the other side of the system, that took a lot longer. So as this continues to fill up with nuclear waste, this will get even faster. So I'm going to let this finish doing some diamonds, see how things work out, see if I see any other issues that I haven't thought of yet, and we'll go from there. Yeah, see, that's why I wanted the metal tile there. When this is full, actually, this is not full. Oh, it is. This is full. Let me check the automation. So this is saying it's not full. Send a red signal when rad bolt storage is full. This... oh, it stores 2,000 rad bolts. Okay, that makes more sense. So if this gets to 2,000 rad bolts, that means that we don't need more diamonds, or we don't need more rad bolts to make more diamonds, and so it'll shut off. But if there are times when this is either being used or something else happens, those rad bolts go past it, I want this metal tile to stop them so they don't fly across the base. Because I will be putting more things in here for duplicates on this ladder. I don't want to get shot. Don't want to deal with that. Let's make these diamonds. Helpful if I spelled them correctly. And then we'll copy that to this. These we want to be at priority 6. And this we want to be at priority 7. Oh no, we want that the other way around. We want these at 6, this at 7, this one at 7. So these two will fill up, and then we'll fill this one up, and as soon as we fill this one up, it will send a green signal here, which will shut down the diamond press. That means we'll have 60 tons of diamonds, so that'll take quite some time. But this is actually going much faster than I thought already. We're not quite at the point where we can just constantly make diamonds, but we're getting there. We're getting there pretty quick. So, Other thing I want to do is I want to cool down, or I want to actually warm up the base, because it's cold everywhere here. The problem I've tried several different things, and one thing I did here is I'm going to connect this. I have this coolant loop. It's actually hotter than I want. I mean, it's still cold, but it's, you know, it's picking up the heat from down here, so it's warming up quickly. So I figured, well, I could pull some cold from the surrounding area here, and then put it back into the system, and then temporarily heat up out here. Problem is it works, but there's not a lot of gas out here for me to do it, and it's because I was pumping all the gases out of here. I think I'm just gonna fill this basin with hydrogen, and so in order to do that, I'm gonna connect this, and I'm gonna vent all the hydrogen out. Should work just fine. There's nothing in here that can't handle the hydrogen. No crops or anything. We're already running these in hydrogen. These are actually all done at the moment because they don't have the right body temperature. Temporarily, I emptied out all these coolant loops. I'm going to fill them up in a little while too. But I also don't really need those because if you look, I'm sitting on 6,000 tons of wood because this system has not been burning fuel at all because this has been providing all the power we could possibly need on this base. I actually don't even have this connected right now because I was using our petroleum generators just to burn through the petroleum I had in that coolant loop. And now that I'm done with that, I left this coolant loop connected here so that I could just connect it up here and start putting supercoolant back into this loop that goes through all of there. So this is kind of cold, but this is all frozen anyway. We need to generate some more heat so that we can warm this back up to where we want it to be. But we'll get there. I'm going to dump all this supercoolant in. We have supercoolant still coming from the main colony. And we'll get this loop filled back up. We'll let this run making some diamonds. And then we'll check back in on everything. I am pretty excited about our new diamond production. It's just been a handful of cycles, and we already have made 1,700 kilograms of diamond. On our old system, back on the first planetoid, we made 3,700 or so over the course of a couple hundred cycles. So definitely faster. Definitely much better. And this is only going to improve as far as the Radbolt generation goes. If you look at this, our radiation in here is now up to 18,000 rads per cycle, and it's growing every time we have more liquid nuclear waste dropped off. I'm trying some different things just to try to do different things to warm things up. Nothing great happening. I thought maybe if I put the heat through here, at least I could get it to cool down in a little bit before I dropped it off in storage, and also at the same time spread some heat. But there's just so much cold here, it's going to take a long time to do that. So we'll keep doing it. We're cracking some pipes in the process, but that's okay. Our nuclear waste is down to 175 degrees, so a little cooler. And we're bringing some of the heat out here to warm up the gases around the base. But now we have the diamond that we need. Let's see, do we have... Our steel's only at 2,000. I do have the steel production going, but we're still waiting on more lime. They're making it as quick as they can with the fossils that we have, so we're making steel, but I still need a little bit more before I can do our last part for our monument. Like I said, it is five tons of steel. I have the glass, I have the diamond now. I just need that steel, and then we can put our monument together, which will be pretty cool. We also have enough diamonds now that our mining rocket has been filled up. So if we look at our drill cone, we can see that there is, well, there's 641. That's because this is turned off. If I turn this on, they'll come out and they'll fill this up. And so we could send another mining rocket out to do another trip. I would also like to send the exploration rocket out some more to do so, to fill out some more of the star map. So we might set both of them up to go out. So a lot of small projects to work on. I'm also working on clearing out the base here. Oh, got a trap dupe. Clearing out the base around here and making some work on cleaning up some of the rest of this. That way we can get all of it dug out, and that will give us more space to build things, and also we'll get some of this cool contained, I think, from digging up all the ice and collecting it together. I have to be careful when I'm in here that I don't let it get too warm and overflood everything, so I gotta watch that so I can store the water and stuff away as it comes in. But we're gonna let the diamond production keep running, because we need more and more diamond. And we're gonna go back to Dampina now, and let's get some rockets ready to go. So the drill cone here, they're still filling that up. Let's look at our rocket in. This is our lander rocket. This is our exploration rocket. So let's go in here, check and see how things are in here. I have plenty of food. This one has those tons of water, so everything here would be good. Let's change the destination here. And I'd like to see what that tile is. So let's pick a spot where we're going to fly through that point of interest. Does this rocket still needs coolant added in? So they'll have to get to that. Let's increase the priority for that. And then once that's ready to go, then we will have everything we need for the rocket to go. Except for the pilot. So I'm going to let them fill that up. We'll get this one launched. Once this one has enough diamond, this one will be ready to go as well. And we can send that off to do another mining mission. And the lander, we're not quite ready to go to another planetoid yet, but we will be doing it soon. Collected together all the resources we need to finish our monument. So we can put our topper on. We have the 2,500 glass, 2,500 diamond, and 5,000 steel. So once that's done, we will finish out the first part of our first final achievement, which is the one. We do need to work on morale, and so if we look here, the morale that we have issues with is Pickle Rick, Beth, Jerry, Art. So if we go into our skills and look at that, Beth, Pickle Rick, Art. Jerry is low morale because he's currently in a rocket. And I think we need to bring him back, actually. I think I have him sitting still. Forgot about him again. Let's bring him back. But the reason that I have the other three with low morale is because over here on Hazardato, even though everything is running fine, I don't have a nature reserve like I do on the other side. We have finished our imperative. I built a nature reserve on the other colony, and I brought Jerry home, and as soon as we did, we got imperative achieved, home sweet home. Pretty fancy. Few civilizations throughout time have had the privilege of understanding their origins. The one thing that matters is that we are here now. We make the best of the world we've been given. I am proud to say this asteroid. First imperative I've ever finished. Now, to work on the Great Escape. To do this, we need to establish 5 colonies. We need to open the temporal tear and send a duplicate on a one-way mission to the furthest star map destination. So first step on that is to get to several more colony or more planetoids, and then to set down a printing pod on those planetoids. I also feel like we should change up, just to end this episode out, change up our monument to be a little more personalized. I like the robot head. I like the rocket. I like the rocket capsule. I think that's what I'm going to do. This one's kind of cool too. Let's go with that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Next time we're going to work on doing some colonization of other planets and get closer to our goal of all the achievements. Now that we've actually beat the game, we have a couple more to do there. But getting all the achievements, including the DLCs, is closer than I've ever thought it could be. We did do a second trip out to mine. We're going to have to get that up and running so that we can do it faster. This landing on all 8 planetoids, we have to land on at least 5 to get the Great Escape achievement. This is going to be one that's going to be interesting. I don't know exactly even how to do this, but we certainly have access to radiation, so I'm pretty sure we can mutate some plants. I think it'll just take a long time to do all of them. We'll have to grow all the different plants and then mutate them. And Morale High Ground is going to be one I have to do some research in. Aslene Calypso is the... Look at that one. That's Jerry's ship. So 4 out of 10 cycles, he was happy in here. Interesting. I think we could do some more bells and whistles and get this so that we could easily get that achievement as well. And then we'd have all of the achievements, including all the DLC ones. Except then we would have to go and collect all the artifacts. But that is definitely something we could do. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.